Hello, welcome to this Board Game Life. I'm your host, Mark, and today I'm unboxing Andromeda's Edge, along with the Exotic Matter expansion and the Escalation expansion. All right. So, both of these are from Cardboard Alchemy and Lucky Duck Games. I think they did some kind of collaboration, these two companies. So I think Cardboard Alchemy did the deluxeified version of this, and Lucky Duck did the retail version, something like that. But so what's it all about? Behold Andromeda's Edge. It's a dazzling, uncharted region of space on the edge of the Andromeda galaxy, littered with the modular debris of the precursor civilization. Patrolled by malicious extragalactic raiders and boarded by dense nebula, the Edge is a last resort for the brave and foolhardily who seek a new life beyond the oppressive reach of the Lords of Unity. In this game, you lead a desperate faction seeking to build a new civilization on Andromeda's Edge. You begin with only a space station, a few ships, and a handful of resources. By carefully placing your ships, you will gather resources, claim moons, acquire modules to add to your station, populate planets, and build developments on them. You will battle opponents and compete with others to ascend the progress tracks: science, industry, commerce, civilization, and supremacy. On your turn, you're going to either launch a starship or return your ships to your station. Launching sends one of your starships to a region of Andromeda, either collecting resources from the planetary systems or taking actions at alliance bases. If the region is occupied by your opponents or fearsome raiders, face off in a dice battle with supremacy on the line, but where strategic manipulation can turn a loss into a reward. Returning to your station allows you to activate your engine using the modules you've acquired to generate energy, gain resources, and carry out actions. Throughout the game, you will build up your unique faction, building developments like observatories, factories, spaceports, cities, and obelisks, and gaining station modules which move you up the progress tracks. Advancement on the tracks is rewarded both during mid-game events and at the conclusion, and is the key to victory. This game is designed by Luke and Maximus Lori. The art is by Sergio Chavez. It's published by Cardboard Alchemy and Lucky Duck Games in 2024. It's for ages 14 and up for 2 to 4 players. Plays about 40 minutes per player. Now, there is an expansion. The Escalation expansion does expand the game up to 5 players. So keep that in mind as well, and we'll talk a bit more about that when we get to it. All right, so before I get to unboxing, I do ask you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, please, and hit that bell icon so you're not going to miss any of the content, the new content when we drop it. And there's my camera cord falling. All right, let's get to the table and take a look at this box. All right, so let me tighten that up a little bit. So again, I haven't played this one, but I did play Dwellings of Eldervale recently, which is also by Luke Lori, and I really enjoyed that game. And so I was looking at this one as well, and this is essentially has that same basic mechanic, but is like the science fiction version of that game with looks like some additional kind of tweaks and changes to it, but it's overall, you like Dwellings of Eldervale, you will probably like Andromeda's Edge. So now this is the retail edition. They did not have the deluxe upgrade kit at the store, but I did order that online. So I will be doing an unboxing of that when that comes in. And if you'd like to see it, it is beautiful. If you want to see what the deluxe upgrade kit adds to this, hit that bell icon and you'll be notified. As soon as I get that in, I'll do an unboxing video. All right, so take that off, and we got our rules of play. Woof, there is a lot going on there. There is a lot of stuff in here, and it's a heavy box. It really is pretty darn heavy. There's a lot of cardboard in here. So we got your game set up there. You have you can make a short, medium, or long game depending on how many victory points you want to go to. So you can kind of shorten the game a bit. But then there's your player setup. Again, you've got all of your stuff there. Overview, how to take your turn. The game really looks like, I think it looks like there's a lot going on, and it might look a little overwhelming, but once you get into it, it really, I think, flows really well. At least the Dwellings of Eldervale did. And again, I watched a playthrough, and as they were going through it, I was like, oh yeah, that's that. This makes sense. So it don't feel too overwhelmed, or that it might just be out of reach. I am not a heavyweight gamer. What is this thing on BGG, anyways? It's a 3.7 so it is definitely up there. But it really, I didn't feel that it was like too crazy. Let me see what I'm going to just take a quick peek at what Dwellings was, just for kind of as an example. Dwellings is a 3.25, so this is a little bit heavier. But again, if you play Dwellings, then you're going to know 95% of this most likely. At least the way I'm figuring. Don't quote me on any of it. I will deny it all. But it you're going to understand how the stuff works. So, but you got battle examples, a very colorful rule book, lots of examples. We got some additional optional rules in the back and 2v2 mode. Your guide on the back. All right, we've got an appendix. So the rule book does weigh in at a hefty 28 pages. Then we got a nice big appendix here. So looks like we're talking about the different tribes, I guess, or factions, I guess would be the appropriate. So it's talking about all of those, breaking down some different things into each of the. Well, we got raiders. This is some stuff about the raiders, different things on the events. So just kind of giving you a little bit more information on all that stuff, modules, and so tactic conflict cards, battle cards. So this is also another 28 pages. So there's a little bit to read. All right. So we do got, again, some cardboard punch. This is some pretty thick cardboard. So see if you can get it's not flimsy, which is nice. So this is some pretty thick stuff. So these are your what do you call it? I'm trying to think. I'm completely blanking on the term here. These are number 6, the Raiders. So these are some of the Raiders here, and it's the standees, but the deluxe edition has miniatures, and wow, are they amazing! So I'm definitely looking forward to that, to showing some of that off. All right. I think this whole thing is just going to be nothing but cardboard. So, as I think this box basically is, put everything in baggies. The Do Need the Deluxe version does have an insert to properly store everything. So, but there's the back side. So these are the different places in the space. These are the places that you go when you head on out. So these are really nice looking. The artwork is really fantastic. These are thick, which is nice. Very good quality. Even these like little chits and stuff, they're just going to punch out. I know they're going to punch solidly. There will not be an issue with ripping stuff, I'm pretty sure, because this is some thick stuff. So they did a really nice job. Oh, more punch. Got some blanks here. All right. It's not all cardboard. We've got this. We've got a scrapyard and a repair barge. I think, if I recall, I think this is where you put your ships, like when you're bringing them back, I think. Don't quote me on it. I could be wrong. All right, take a look at this. We got ship abilities. I think these are going to be, these are going to be for the player cards. Your turn sequences, free actions, end of turn, how to do battle, ship abilities, tactic cards, developments, and scoring. So we've got some really good informative cards for everybody. All right. These should be the player boards. So, yeah, you put your faction card down here and you put all your other stuff. So these are, we got pink, green, blue, and yellow. Yeah, baby. Got to have yellow. Otherwise, the game's no good because that's my color. All right. I'll give you kind of a quick look here. So we've got the primary reactor, the shipwright, the treasury, the architect. You've got transports, fighters, science vessels, heavy cruisers, and it looks to be the same. I guess the same on. You can probably put the board whichever way you want. It's printed on both sides. All right, we're gonna pull. Yeah, there's a ton of baggies. So this, like I said, the retail versions is kind of everything's going to be in baggies bunched up in here. So I'll save the board here for last. And so here are some of the ships. Let's see. I'm just going to pull out Glorious Yellow because why not? That's what colors I play as. So there's some of the little ships. They look kind of cool. So you got them in all the colors. All right. We also have a bunch of dice. We've got our standees. There are all of these little plastic markers. We've got, I think these are the stands. I believe so. When you're building like a dwelling, essentially, I believe these are what you place out on the planet area. A couple of tokens. Don't know what they're for. Probably round counters or things like that. We've got a bunch of different discs. These are wooden discs. And got a bunch of card decks. There's a bunch in here. I'm not going to open up the cards. I'm going to do that kind of as I play the game or prep to play the game so that I can kind of keep everything. Plus, I'm not going to get this played. I'll get my deluxe upgrade kit in first and I'll put everything over there and I might open this stuff up because it has the slots for everything. So I'm going to kind of keep everything together. All right, these should be our faction boards. So let me just gotta throw that away. And then here's another stack of cards. But I do want to let me zoom in a bit. I want to show you the different factions. So we've got the Mecharon Synthborn. So you got their special upgrades, and then you got their like abilities there. And that's the other side. So I'm wondering if this might be starting resources or something. We'll have to verify by looking at the rule book. As the Zodian Warmongers. So I'll just kind of hold these out here for a second if you want to pause to Hopefully that's coming up legible on the screen. We got the Funginar Sporgots, the Arcandan Shipwrights, the Elders of Dwellin. Oh, that's kind of funny. Pulse War Refugees. We got the Platonian Empire. Tolzid Porters. They all do have they got special upgrades and things. Weldon Forge Folk. So these are all going to be how you get asymmetry into the game. You're all going to have different types of upgrades and different ways that each one plays. The Celluloid Technoblorps. The Allied Tribes. Space Pirates of Nightmare Cove. Ooh, I like that. I like that. That just sounds cool. I want to be a space pirate. And I think that's where we started back. So that's a look at some of those. There is cutouts in here. So, all right. So that's just kind of a look into here. Now, how did this all go back? All right, let's take a look at the board. We'll definitely have to scroll back out. May not even all fit, but we'll see. We shall see. I'm hitting my microphone. I got to move my mic. All right. So that gives you an idea. So all your planets and stuff for your space going to be put out here, and then these are your tracks. If you're familiar with Dwellings of Eldervale, those tracks that you were moving up, they're up here, the different tracks and stuff. And then there's different things up here that don't recall what they were, but so you're gonna be placing your planet tiles and moving around out here at this part of the board. So, all right. Uh-oh. Okay. So let's put that back, and then let's get into the what do you call it? Some of these expansions, just see what they've got. It's going to take a while to get all this put away, but we're not doing it today. We'll wait till my deluxe kit comes in, and then we'll do it all as one big project. All right. Mm-hmm. So we close that off. Let's take a look at the exotic matter. Let's see. So what this is, it says discover the Astrodracus, Dragonaran Flamekeepers, and the Wolf Guardian Howlers. Challenge new raiders, the Hive, Hornets, and the Ancient Brain. New module combos in your tableau in Metamorphosis. Obliterated and explosive varieties. The Astrodracus and Draconaran Flamekeeper factions are illustrated by guest artist Sandra Tang. So if you look at that, if that looks familiar here, she illustrated Flamecraft. So looks like we've got a bit of a crossover there with some Flamecraft. All right. So this is, I guess, is a promo box, not necessarily. It's called the Exotic Matter promo box. I don't know if it's officially an expansion. I guess you could say, because it's adding stuff to it. So we've got the Hive, and some Hornets here. We do have some more factions. So let me scroll back in to show you these. There's the Astrodracus. See, now there you go. The Draconaran Flamekeepers. So that's Sandra Tang's artwork. So from Flamecraft. They're Flamecraft. At the end of the game, at the end of your turn, if you built a development or gained any modules, you'll gain one yellow thing there. So that's kind of a nice shout out. And the Wolf Guardian Howlers. So we got a couple new factions. And we've got more cards. Again, I'm not going to open all of these. There's just a lot to go through here. And then we do have some more Draconic Fury for the Astrodracus, the Plushie Prize for the Draconian Flamekeepers, Hunt, the Wolf Guardian Howlers, and then here's the Ancient Brain. So, and we got some more standees. So, oops, I think those went there. That went there. So that's that little promo kit. And then the actual expansion here. So we got Andromeda's Edge Escalation. So again, this is nice because it's going to allow you to have 5 players. Now, maybe 5 players will be a bit much because you're looking at 40 minutes per player. So it's definitely, if you do go to 5 players, it's definitely going to add quite a bit more time to the game. But as it states in the rules, you can reduce the score requirements to make it a shorter game. So maybe if you got more people, that might come in handy. So we've got the escalation rule book. Tons of stuff in here again. So there's the 5-player setup. So things you got to change. We got some new factions in here. There's a new event deck, a new region called the Nether Void. Ancient Moons and Relic Modules. There's a solo mode in here. So that could be interesting. I might just have to try that out. Be a good way to learn the game too if I can play the solo. So there we go. Some additional things. All right, so there's this Nether Void. Again, really thick, good quality cardboard. We've got the 5th player's board here. Wow, these are different. So the Unity Command Fleet. I think this is a mode. There was something about Unity back here. Oh, the struggle against Unity. Okay, so this must be part of the solo mode. All right, and then we have another. This should be the 5th player board right there, and they come in with white ships. So all their plastic pieces and stuff are in here. Their dice. We've got all of their wooden tokens. We do have the Void Drake. Okay. And then we've got let's see what we've got here. So I know these are some new factions, but I think there's some stuff for the solo, it looks like, in here. So we do have the Nebulon Cloud People, the Dark Star Acolytes, the Crawlin, and then this thing's the Unity. So now this stuff here is, we got level 1. They say level 1 up to 3 in the back. So you've got some Captain Fierce, Captain Sky, Captain Asteron, Major Havoc, Major Key, Major Tom, Commander Frakes, Commander Cushing, and Commander Ulmus. So those are probably the different people you're going to fight as you rank up there in the solo mode. That would be my guess. Again, a bunch of more different cards. So yeah, quite a bit of content. And the game, if you have not, like I said, I have not played Andromeda's Edge, but I have played Dwellings of Eldervale, also by Luke Laurie, and it's a really, really good game system, and this is that, just the sci-fi version of it, if you will. All right, so that wraps up this unboxing. So let me take us back. All right, again, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. Again, hit that like button, that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the bell icon. I should have the deluxe kit probably within a week or so, and I will be doing an unboxing. You'll see the mailbag, so you'll know when it comes in, and then following that will be the unboxing. So again, hit that bell icon so you'll know when that gets released. Thank you again for watching, and we'll see you at the table.